Morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me as we take a look at your weekend forecast for January 21st through the 23rd. And we're not looking at any precipitation this weekend. There's a very small chance of some flurries on Sunday, but otherwise we're basically dry for the whole weekend. We're going to see a lot of sun, a lot of clear skies, a couple of bluebird ski days. It's going to be cold. That's really the only significant weather to talk about that's going on in terms of what we're worried about. So in terms of this morning, we do have cold temperatures out there. If we look kind of around the region, we got some minus 15, minus 16 here across Windsor, and it looks like that's probably Mount Holly. I'm guessing that's Ludlow here in, it might be Wethersfield, in Windsor County, and we're up in double digits below zero in and around Rutland. A little bit warmer to the south, although warmer is definitely relative. I had minus 13 in my house, but that looks like weather station here minus 10 in South Londonderry, and we're in minus single digits basically throughout the rest of Southern Vermont. You probably get a degree or two drop in these temperatures. These are the temperatures as of about 6 o'clock this morning. Usually your low temperature for the day, usually get your very lowest readings right after dawn on a clear night. So usually for us, that's about between 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning is when we bottom out and get the very lowest temperatures over the night, if all things, if it's just a radiational cooling night, which tonight was. So anyway, so cold air mass, definitely tough to get going this morning. Although no wind, so that really does help. So it's not, in some ways, even though these temperatures are just as cold as we had last weekend, I would say that this is probably, in some ways, this is actually not nearly as bad as like last Saturday was, when there was still an active breeze going on that was really making things tough. In terms of overall weather for the rest of the weekend, we have a storm way far down to our south across the southeastern United States. This is going to slide way out to sea, basically in a flat trajectory along this front, and not cause any weather for the northeastern United States at all, anywhere, even to Cape Cod or anything like this. And then we have our next system, which will bring some clouds our way on Sunday afternoon, and then but probably not any precipitation, maybe a flurry out of this on Sunday as it kind of falls apart coming over us. And then we'll have a clipper system that moves through early next week that could bring some light snow essentially to the area. That probably is going to be more like Tuesday when that happens, but I'll get you updated on that as we get a little bit closer. In terms of your forecast then, before we get to forecast, let's take a quick look at satellite. Yeah, that's what this is. So you can see basically the jet stream here is pushing everything well off to sea. We don't have any developing storm that's really going to turn the corner here, which is why this storm, which a few models a week ago wanted to head in our direction, is definitely not going to happen. And this storm off to our west, you can see there's not a lot of energy really associated with it. So mostly it's going to bring some clouds, and not even a lot of clouds on Sunday, and maybe a flurry for some of the highest elevations. In terms of your forecast today, we're only about 8 degrees on average, I would say, for high today. A few of us might see double digits, but not a lot. That's pretty cold, but it is doable skiing wise. So if you want to get out there and enjoy the day, beautiful sunshine, just bundle up, right? You got to wear the face wrap, hand warmers, foot warmers potentially. Make sure that you take some breaks and get inside and have a chance to get warm. But it's definitely doable if you're well equipped for this kind of weather. It's not nearly as bad as last weekend. Tonight is frigid again. We're minus 12 probably on average. I would say actually probably a degree or two colder than you were tonight, this morning. Tomorrow, so another cold night. But again, no wind, so that does help. Helps with things like freeze-ups too. I know there was a lot of those last weekend in the wind. Hopefully not as many of those this weekend, because usually if it's just cold, that's obviously can be problematic, but it's not nearly as problematic as when you've got wind and things like that for freeze-ups. So hopefully not as bad a situation for that this weekend. In terms of Saturday, we warm up a decent amount. We're still certainly colder than average in the mid-teens, but doable. Again, just bundle up if you're going to be skiing. A nice bluebird day, though. Lots of sun on Saturday. Overnight, that Saturday night into Sunday, not nearly as cold, as we only drop a few degrees into the upper single digits. Sunday, increasing clouds, like I said, could be a flurry, and a little bit warmer in the low 20s. That's almost average at this point, probably still a little bit below average, but just to make sure you're going to bundle up if you're out there skiing. Again, not as much sun, although you should still see some sun, especially in the morning. And then overnight, Sunday into Monday, we cool off a bit again behind this very weak storm that moves through, or weak front basically that moves through, and we're just below zero. It looks like again Sunday night into Monday, so cold start to your week again. Looks like that's sort of the pattern we're in for the moment. Like I said, next chance at any significant weather, and it would be a light snowstorm event, would be Monday, Tuesday, and then the next chance at a significant storm, it looks like maybe next weekend. Again, way too early to tell if that's actually going to happen or not, but that's probably your next chance at a significant storm. So otherwise, Thanks for joining me. Thanks for supporting the West River Weather Guy. And I would encourage you, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel before, to do that now. And I'd also like to give a shout out to my patrons who help support what I do here at the West River Weather Guy. And if you're interested in becoming a patron, there's a link below that talks about what benefits you get out of that, and also how it helps what I'm doing here as the West River Weather Guy. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be back on Monday with a look at your work week forecast.